Hey guys, welcome to a classic TFL old versus new off-road video. And of course, I've got the new truck here. This is a brand new Ford Bronco. In case you've brought the old truck, the Toyota 4Runner.
Well, this is also brand new. This is a 2023 40th anniversary edition 4Runner. In fact, this is a 2023. What year is your Bronco?
It's a 2022,
Yeah.
but this is the 5th generation of the 4Runner. What year did it come out?
All right, well, I'll give you that. Yeah, this generation of the 4Runner came out for model year 2010, so this platform's about 13 years old.
Like I said, old versus new. Hey Kase, you know, we only get like 4 months a year to off-road in Colorado, and I think this may be our last chance at it.
Yeah, up here in the high country, it gets cold pretty quick, and there's already some ice forming around us, so this is probably the last we're gonna get to do any.
Yeah, we're expecting snow, and not that you can't go wheeling in the snow, but it's a whole different beast. So I've got a boatload of tech here. For me to put it into off-road mode, all I do is twist my little goat knob, put it in 4 low, mud and ruts, and I'm good to go. How about you?
Well, tech is not the 4Runner's strong suit. I've got 4-wheel drive, I've got A-Track, which is a nice Toyota system that's been around for a long time if I start to get stuck, but I don't even have a rear locker on this 4Runner.
Ouch! Wow.
I've also got Goodyear's Territory. What are you rolling on?
Yeah, I have a set of Bridgestone Dueler tires, which are not particularly aggressive, but they are nice and quiet on the highway.
Now we're gonna go drive up to almost 14,000, a little bit over 13,000 feet above sea level, to the top of Radical Hill, which is one of the most interesting, and by interesting I mean scary, trails up here. With snow out already, it's too dangerous, I think, to actually try it, but we can at least see it from the other end. And this is a really good test of the vehicle because while this first part of the trip is relatively just a dirt road, it will get much harder as we go up the mountain. Under the hood of the Ford Bronco is a very new twin turbo, 2.7 liters, 315 horsepower, mated to a, get this, 10-speed automatic transmission.
Under the hood of this 4Runner is something that we've seen many, many times before. This is the trusty 4-liter V6. It's an engine that's been around for a very long time, 270 horsepower, and it's mated to an old school 5-speed automatic transmission. Sure, this is a pretty ancient engine transmission setup that's been around since the dawn of time, but because it's been around so long, we know that this is a very reliable powertrain that's been proven over many, many years, many millions of miles. So in an off-roader, you know that you're gonna have something reliable.
Now at this point, you may be wondering which of these two gets better fuel economy. Keep in mind the Bronco does have much bigger tires and many more gears. But before we came up here, we actually stopped at our local Sinclair and filled them up. So let's cut to that video. This is one of 40th edition. So does that mean it's number 1 of 4040, or is it one of?
I think it's one of the 4040. That way they don't have to make 4040 individual badges.
I think you're right, but that sucks, dude. Wouldn't that be cool if we had the first one?
It would be cool if it was number 1.
Yeah, but we don't.
For the MPG test portion of this video, we're filling up at our local Sinclair station. And we always fill up at Sinclair because they have DynoCare additives in the fuel that help your engine run smoother.
Yeah, plus, dude, if you use the app, you can save up to 30 cents a gallon, which is pretty cool, especially with gas being $4.20 a gallon. So what's your bet? Which of these two is going to get worse fuel economy?
I mean, they're both pretty terrible, but you would have to imagine the Bronco being more modern. Maybe it could do better, but it's also on 35, so it's kind of a toss-up.
Yeah, it's also got more horsepower.
Yeah.
But this, you know, has less horsepower, but certainly
half the gears.
Yeah, half the gears, and certainly that ancient 4-liter isn't going to do it any favors.
Yeah, exactly. So we'll wait 30 seconds and then we'll top off.
There you go.
There we go.
All right.
All right.
Let's see. So here it says established in 1966, which is all true. except for the fact case that Ford kind of copied the International Harvester Scout.
Yeah, they look very similar. People get them confused often.
Yeah. So before they get all like, hey, we're
we're the original.
All you IH guys and gals out there, you probably know. So let's wait 30 seconds. We'll do the same thing. And I'm going to bet that the fuel economy is going to be very similar between these two.
Yeah, it's probably not far off.
This might be a little better. It might be, but you're right.
They're both going to be bad.
Cool. Okay. Good. All right. Well, let's go hit it.
Sweet.
Yeah. So the question we're going to try to get at in this video is not only which of these two has better fuel economy, and we'll of course figure that out by the end. We're also going to try to figure out what's better off-road. Do you want traditional, old tech, or do you want the vehicle with the latest and greatest? And there's only one way to find out, and that is to drive up the mountain to over 13,000 feet above sea level and see which of these two does better or worse.
Right now, Roman and the Bronco is about to pull up to something we call nose bonk rock. This is a very aggressive rock that he's going to try to put his tire on without damaging the front end of the Bronco. So let's see how close he can get. Oh, it's close. Oh, but your tire touching and the bumper is good.
Yeah, so that's a test of basically approach angle. And the trick is you got to get your tire on the rock without damaging or touching the front of the vehicle, and the Bronco did it. But now, Kase, it's your turn.
Oh boy.
All right, here comes Kase. All right, Kase, go slow. Oh, slow. I'd go into 4 low. Are you in 4 low? Yeah, 4 low is good. You've got cladding underneath there, so you should be okay. All right, nice and easy. Go a little bit right, and you'll be on the same line. There you go. Slow, slow, slow. All right, hold up. We don't want to damage it. Keep going. Oh, so close. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. You're close. You're going to make it, I think. Maybe. Keep going. All right. Oh!
Well, I hear something.
Turn your wheel right. You did it!
It's touching. Oh man, woo! Yeah, I would say that's a pass, but it's a little bit of a shaky pass. It's not as good as a Bronco.
Pretty impressive that you're rolling, on those, 32s and something, probably?
Yeah, that's actually pretty good.
Yeah, it's actually pretty good. Congratulations. All right, now it's going to get a little harder because now we're going to go into the tree line and then pop up way up there. All right, so let's go do this. Kase, you seem to be having some issues coming up that little icy bit.
Well, it was just at the top where we got a little bit more ice, so I had to back down a little bit, and I'm going to give it some momentum here, see if that gets me up. Yeah, just like that, not a problem at all. Just needed to carry a little bit of speed.
So obviously, tires are critical to off-roading, and that was a great demonstration of what happens when you've got more off-roady tires like the Bronco versus more streety tires like you've got.
Yeah, I wanted to go a little bit slower and see if the 4Runner was going to struggle a little bit, and it did. So carrying some speed made the difference, but if I had some more aggressive tires, it probably would have helped.
Yeah, and let's face it, for $16,000, which is the price difference between these two, you could buy a lot of tires. All right, so coming up here, we're coming up on a little thing I like to call the S-bends. And the S-bends are these really tight two turns that are very steep, and you got to kind of negotiate around them. So I want to show you what my trail turn assist does, which is another feature that the Bronco has, where you can actually make a very tight turn without having to do, you know, one of those 180 degree back up, go forward, back up, go forward, you know, turns.
That's good to have in the Bronco because that sucker is wide.
I've been driving the Hummer EV, and it doesn't seem all that wide in comparison.
So let me ask you, Kase, I mean,
if you were to pick, right, what is the official car of Colorado, I think you'd have to be one of two, right? The one you're in or an Outback. I can't think of any other car that is more popular here in our beautiful state.
Definitely. And you know what? We here in Colorado, we have simple needs. All we want is a vehicle that will take us to the places we want to go and then get us home again. So we don't need all of that extra technology, don't need to spend the extra money. If a 4Runner can get us there, then that's good enough.
Yeah, and let's once again, I want to stress that, you know, we've got this particular Bronco in our fleet, but you could get a Bronco or a Jeep Wrangler that would be comparable to the 4Runner in terms of price. So it's, you know, wouldn't have 35s, it wouldn't have the Sasquatch package, but it would be very comparable. I'm not going to bore you with all the off-road tech that's in here, but there's a lot. First and foremost, of course, you've got this dial, which is GOAT mode, goes over any terrain to let you customize the vehicle for whatever kind of terrain you want to go through. Then over here, I've got a disconnectable sway bar, I've got a front locker, I've got a rear locker, I've got trail turn assist, pretty much every bit of modern tech there is. Now, does that mean that it's better, or does it mean that it's just more likely to break and leave you stranded?
The great thing and the thing that dates the 4Runner are both the same. It's the fact that this is a very old vehicle, so the technology in it is also equally old, which means, yeah, this little segment talking about the tech in this is going to be pretty short. I mean, as far as the screen goes, this is an older generation of infotainment from Toyota. It's very simple, very minimal, but it's something that we know works because it's been around for a long time. And as far as off-road running gear goes, I have, of course, 4 high, 4 low, and then if I get stuck at some point, I can switch on a track here above me, and that will just use some of the truck's programming to help you get unstuck. If you start to get stuck, that's a system that's also been around for a long time, and it's actually pretty effective, but this particular 4Runner does not come with a rear locker, so it's just straight up 4-wheel drive.
All right, Kase, these are the S-bends. So up here, see how tight of a turn you can make. And I'm going to demonstrate the trail turn assist feature on the Bronco. Basically what it'll do is it'll drag the rear wheel to make me turn much tighter.
Sounds good. Let's see this fancy feature.
It's not all that fancy, it's just electronics, but it is cool. It unfortunately does tear up the ground a little bit. That's a downside. Now that Hummer EV, of course, has 4-wheel steering, which is, you know, the ultimate. All right, trail turn assist on. Here we go. Let's see how tight I can do this. Gaze upon the wonder that is the Bronco trail turn assist in awe.
Yeah, something tells me that I'm gonna go right around this corner with no problem at all. The trail turn assist strikes me as a little bit of a gimmick.
I gotta agree with you, dude. I felt like I was on a bucking Bronco. Forgive the pun. Hey, Kase, I gotta say, I'm really impressed by the 4Runner. You know, the best analogy I could think of is like the Bronco is like the pro player, right?
Yeah.
And the 4Runner is like the amateur, but the amateur is keeping up step for step, move for move with the pro.
Yeah, I mean, the amateur really hasn't stepped wrong yet. I mean, obviously it was slipping a little bit back there on the ice. That was easily avoidable. I just wanted to see how the tires were doing, and on everything else that we've tested it on so far, it doesn't seem like you really need to spend the extra money on a trail like this.
Yeah, it's got 13 years of baked in goodness.
Yeah.
So now we're gonna get a little bit higher, and it's gonna get a little bit steeper, but let's show the beauty of Colorado. Let's fly the drone.
Hell yeah. We're about to get to one of the more rocky sections of the trail, so I'm going to pull to the side and let Roman go ahead of me, and then that way we can see how the Bronco does first.
All right, Kase, we're getting close to Radical Hill now. This part of the trail, hard to show on camera, but it gets very steep and rocky and loose.
So I'll go up first since I've got the better tires, and then you come up. I'll be curious to see how you do, because this really is a good test of traction and how good your all-wheel drive system is. I'm going to stop up here, and then we'll let you go up the hill. All right, I'm going to stop here.
Well, starting out here, I can feel a little bit of slipping for sure. I mean, like we pointed out.
These are not the most aggressive tires, but even so, the 4Runner is still breezing right up these rocks.
Yeah, it looks good coming up, dude.
Yeah, I gotta say, those couple of stripes that they threw on this 40th anniversary version really sets this 4Runner apart. Those stripes make this look good, and the wheels too.
Yeah, you are not struggling at all. The amateur athlete is rocking it. All right. You know, Kase, in about 3 days, this is all going to be covered in snow.
Yeah, you can feel, it feels like a storm is coming.
Yeah, you can feel the cold wind blowing. So I got to say, I'm really impressed by that 4Runner.
Yeah, the 4Runner is done really well, you know. It's not the TRD Pro, it's not even the TRD Off-Road, but even so, it didn't need to be, because look at it. It's triumphant. It's here. It made it all the way. And this is an epic place to end up.
Well, guys, thank you for joining us. Remember, check out alltfl.com. We're going to head back down to the mountain, down to the gas station, and we'll see you down there. All right, so we made it back to Boulder here at the Sinclair once again. Same pump, actually. So truck says we went 179.3 Kase, and my fuel economy was straight up 19.
19.
Don't give me yours yet.
Okay.
All right, so let's fill it up and let's see what the pump says, huh? Got a lot of dyno care.
Yeah, we're getting a lot of dyno care today.
Getting a lot of dyno care. You know, while we're waiting to fill this up, did you know that gasoline does not come from dead dinosaurs?
Does it not?
No.
Where does it come from?
Like plankton and little tiny microscopic animals, and over the centuries, basically, that were once underwater that now are underground. By the immense pressure were turned into gasoline.
So that should be Sinclair's mascot.
Plankton care? Plankton and plants. And for all you geologists out there, please correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah.
Feel free.
Yeah. There's probably a lot more plankton over those years than there were dinosaurs.
Well, it's like, I think it's like you know, plants and forests and such.
Right.
But not dinosaurs. All right, 30 seconds. There it goes.
Okay. So 179.3
divided by 9.576.
divided by 9.576 equals.
All right.
What did your trip computer say?
19.
19? Oh, that's almost 19 actually. Yeah, that's
18,
not that bad.
18.7. So, you know, 315 horsepower, 2 turbos, 2.7 liters get you going up a mountain, and then up an off-road area,
exactly.
and then down off-road, and then down a mountain.
Yeah, the driving conditions that we were in today are not easy for fuel economy. It's not like we were going down a flat highway.
So that's new. So now the question is, can old, I mean seriously, old,
very old,
actually do better in terms of MPGs?
Let's find out.
Doesn't like the 85, by the way. All right, here we go.
And would you like to hear what my car thinks that it got based on the trip computer.
Pray tell, Case, what does the 4Runner think it got?
19.4, so it's a regular old fuel sipper.
So 0.4 better.
Yeah, it's not actually spectacular, the difference, but who knows? Depending on how optimistic this could be, I could have either done better or worse.
Or the same.
Or the same.
Yeah.
Gotta stay below 9.5 gallons. I might have you beat here.
Yeah.
From the look of it.
You might, yeah.
Gotta wait 30 seconds and then top off to find out. It's gonna be close.
Oh. All right.
Wow, that's a good bit better. Okay.
179.3
divided by
8.73.
737.
Yep, there we go.
I did better than 20. That's pretty good.
You actually did 1.5 miles better than the actually more than that, than the Bronco.
I'm impressed by that. I wouldn't have expected it.
Yeah, and this was conservative. Well, there you have it, guys. In this case, old takes the victory, but I do have some more horsepower.
Yeah, you were having an easier time accelerating down the highway, keeping up with traffic than I was. This old 5-speed struggles sometimes.
Yeah, but you know, the thing I thought for sure, which was that this was going to be thirstier, did not happen. So, winner, winner, chicken dinner, dude. Congratulations. Yep. And guys, remember, check out alltfl.com for more news, views, and real-world reviews. And I got to ask you, old and new, which would you buy if they were the same price?
They were the same price. I kind of like the Bronco. I'm going to be honest. I love 4Runners. I think, again, there's a reason that they've been making these like they have for so long. But that Bronco just has so many cool off-road goodies.
Yeah, there's a value to cool.
Yeah.
It's pretty high. See you guys next time. Ciao.